Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday, and you are happily tuned in to the I'm Making It Happen radio show on the Reef 103.5 FM with yours, exceptionally yours, Nykole Tyson. And we are here on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. And on I'm Making It Happen, we discuss how we can make it happen in our minds, bodies, finances, business, and culture, despite the inevitable challenges. And that is to ultimately shift our mindsets and allow us to realize that we have the ability to improve and maneuver ever in any situation that we encounter. And today, I'm excited for this topic as we are going to be talking about recycling and what services we have on St. Croix. All right. And before we get, and we have Diane Brooks in studio with us with Get It Done Recycling. Before we get, say good morning to everyone in the USVI, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, the British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, and anywhere you are in the Caribbean. Thanks so much for tuning in, as well as all those listening live from the East to West Coast on reefbroadcasting.com. Good morning to you. And wherever you are in the world, good morning. As well as those watching live on Facebook, good morning and welcome. Please do like and share. You can find us at I'm Making It Happen on Facebook. So as I mentioned, we have Diane Brooks in studio, Get It Done Recycling. And today we're talking about something that affects all of us, our environment, our health, and the future we're creating right here on St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, talking about recycling, as I mentioned. So I want to be honest, right? Most of us want to do better, but sometimes we don't know where to start, or we assume one bottle won't make a difference. Well, today's guest, as I mentioned, Diane Brooks, is here to, change that mindset and also encourage you to recycle. She's the founder and a passionate advocate for recycling and sustainable living here in St. Croix for many years. She's not just talking about change, she's making it happen, actively creating it one initiative at a time. So we will be diving into recycling, the recycling matters, and what's happening with waste in the community. So good morning and welcome, Dan.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I appreciate you. And definitely we appreciate, many in the community appreciates you. So how are you today?
I'm good.
Turn your mic down a little bit. Okay, great. All right, great. So we're talking about Get It Done recycling. I just want to get a little bit of your background. You've been doing recycling for many years here on St. Croix. So thank you for all you've been doing and making it happen in that area. Tell us how you got started with the recycling on St. Croix.
In 2018, after Maria is when it all got started. It started with us bringing Four Oceans here and doing an island-wide cleanup. And then it expanded to doing some, we thought was going to be a small recycling program in Frederickstead. And now has expanded to the extent that we are going into 2 acres of land.
Right. So you've started in Frederickstead, and now you have your own location that's going to be available soon. So I know that you were in Frederickstead for some time. So tell us the locations now that, you start. Before we get into that with the locations, I want to focus on you getting started with the recycling. So you were here with the Four Seasons after the hurricanes, or doing a cleanup. What made you decide to get into recycling?
It was Four Oceans, but
some people got, you said
when we finished the island cleanup, which Four Oceans came back in 2018, and we did a whole island cleanup, and then the Hamids came down and asked me if I wanted to start recycling on the land that they had next to the store. So that's how it all got started, with a couple shopping carts and some dedicated people, like my late husband and myself, and volunteers.
Okay. And great. And you guys have been going strong. I remember when I first learned about the recycling, I live in Christiansted, and I would drive down to Frederickstead and drop off every Saturday. So we appreciate you and your volunteers. You have some dedicated volunteers.
Very much.
that every time I come, they're there. So that's amazing to be able to maintain this, volunteer support like that. So tell us now, because we're in the present, where and how can people continue to recycle? So you recycle the plastics. You also do like aluminum. Tell us what kind of products what kind of items they can bring to the recycling areas.
We do two sorts of recycling. For the plastic and the aluminum, which was at the market for 7 years and has now moved to Lorraine Shack, which is right next to the chicken shack, the pavilion there by the fish market.
Vegetable market.
Right. And so that's on Saturdays from 8 to 12 there now. And then we also do Fridays at Stop and Shop from 8 to 12 because of people that have their Sabbath on Saturday cannot recycle on Saturdays. So we are providing two separate places temporarily because, as we say, I have gotten the land now to have my own.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you. So Stop and Shop is on Fridays.
Yes.
From what time?
From 8 to 11.
8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then Lorraine Vegetable Market. And that's on Saturdays.
From 8 to 12. They're both 8 to 12.
Both. Okay. So Stop and Shop is 8 to
12
as well. Okay. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right. And so for those who've been, going to Frederickstead on a Saturday and you haven't seen them there, haven't seen Get It Done Recycling, they're now on Saturdays at Lorraine Vegetable Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And what items can remind us what kind of items they can bring?
On both places, you can bring your plastics, number ones and number twos.
What's that?
A type of plastic. When we first started plasticing, people didn't understand the number. I didn't understand the numbers. So we went with hard plastic and soft plastic. So a lot of the people that have been doing with us for the last 8 years are identifies that. But you have to do a lot of sorting, and now you don't. You can mix those two together. The most important thing is to take the tops off and put them in a separate container because they are recyclable. But
okay. All right. So if you're just joining us, we have Diane Brooks. She's the founder of Get It Done Recycling. And as we mentioned, the recycling locations are Stop and Shop on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then on Saturdays at Lorraine Vegetable Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. She mentioned that you can bring hard and soft plastic. So that's what number one and number two is?
No, well, number ones are generally a clear plastic. It's your juice bottles, your Coca-Cola bottles, the cheap water bottles that you get, and the gallon that we're getting through the Lime Tree program.
Okay.
Those are generally those are what are considered ones. Okay. And then number twos are the milky, the transition that you get, those are number twos, and those have to be separated, totally separate from anything else.
Okay.
And then we also take colors except for the color black. So all your laundry soaps and that type of containers can all come. But again, I emphasize on tops off because we are working out of shopping carts and so it's harder for us to do it, to be able to take all the tops off. So it's a lot easier for us until the center's open that you make sure the tops are off the bottles.
Great. And so again, we are encouraging you to recycle. I mean, when I lived in the States, they had a lot of, places you could recycle. And then coming home, I was really, it was really disappointing because there wasn't really any place I knew of to really put your plastics. And I really didn't like discarding them just in a regular, trash. And so when I learned about the facility to recycle, I made it my business to keep all my plastics. And just for me by myself, I have a lot. I brought a lot of plastic just for myself. So as a family, I can't even imagine. And so definitely we have the services here on St. Croix. They have relocated on Saturdays to Lorraine Vegetable Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And for those who are not able to make it on a Saturday, Diane and her team has made it available at Stop and Shop on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right. You can take your items that include clear plastic water bottles, milky plastic bottles, as well as your laundry detergent bottle containers. Make sure to take off the tops.
Yes,
put
and
them in
Clorox bottles. Yeah.
Yeah. So any container is ready, except you don't take black. And what I don't even know what's
because
yeah. I mean, what I'm saying is that I've never seen a black container, but
that's why we don't take it. But everything's a commodity in life, and so black, there's not a lot of demand for black, and so you can't send it off to a recycler to take it from you. They will charge you to take it.
Right.
And so that's a black, but the other colors, blacks and brown. When I say black, I mean dark colors like black and browns.
Okay.
But
so basically you take all containers, right?
We say, except for the clams. That's the only thing that, because they're made out of styrofoam and things where you get your salads in, or you can buy your raspberries in the
those small
and they crinkle. You can tell they're not pure plastic. Those we have no possible way of taking those. And
okay,
but we also take the aluminum cans at this time too.
Perfect.
There.
All right, great. So let's see. We have some comments here online saying good morning. We're truly in need of a recycling program for our trash. We need to keep up with what happens in the world. Another mention is hi, my beautiful friends, Nykole and Diane. Juicy loves you.
Hi, Juicy.
Okay. All right. And then we have another message from Pam online. We had Alma first, and then Pam saying good morning to both of us. So great. And yes, we are, if you want to call in, give some comments towards Diane's team, any recognition towards her team. I know she would probably appreciate it. They've been going through a lot of transitioning right now. And she's very dedicated. So I really wanted to have her actually acknowledge her for making it happen with her team for recycling and continuing, continuing this because it's not easy. There's a lot of behind the scenes.
One second at that time to mention the people that have been with me for the 8 years that I've been out there. Sharon Early, Joyce George, Sheila Ketcher, Ham. We've had several recyclers, but those are the 4 that have are there on a continuous basis and very dedicated recyclers. I never get a time to mention their names, so I want to make sure they get mentioned because they put up with me. So,
well, yes. So yeah, definitely want to appreciate your team. That's why I keep saying your team, but I don't know their name. So you can definitely mention them as many times as you would like. Like I said, I've been there many times, and there's always the same ones. So I'm like, wow, she still has the same ones. So they're still showing up. So that's great. So again, this is Diane Brooks with Get It Done Recycling. Now at Lorraine Vegetable Market on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then on Fridays at Stop and Shop from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. All right. And they're taking all bottles except for the ones that you put like fruits in or you get in the store. But basically, most of the items they're taking, just make sure you take the caps off and put it in a separate plastic bag. But yeah, I have mine ready to go soon. So to be bringing to you. What is the process that you prefer people, you already said take off the bottle, the tops and the different items. They don't have to be separated anymore. You can have them all in the same bag.
The clear plastic can all be in the same bag, but like the milky and the colors have to be separated because we're getting our baler finally. And so when we bale them, it has to be baled by certain kinds of plastics, and that the clear plastic and milk. So it's a lot easier for when we start doing the baling that it's all in separate bags.
Okay.
But all the clear can be in one bag is what I say. And then the colors and the whites can be in one bag. And then, but the milky, the transition one, which is a middle between both, have nothing else in there with them.
And so basically this helps your team be able to sift through and put them where they're supposed to go. So it cuts down the time that your team has to work sorting, right? Right. So it would be very appreciative for those to be able to, for individuals bring in your items to the recycling sites, that you sort your items, put the clear ones in a plastic, take the tops off, put in a separate small plastic bag. I mean, I had so many water bottles and the caps didn't even fill up a little, shopping bag. So it's simple to do. And then separate the bigger items like the laundry detergent bottles and the milky ones, put them in a separate bag. Correct?
Those two separate from each other too. Milky, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You can put the Clorox in with the blue, your colored ones, but you can't mix anything else with the. You haven't done anything wrong. We'll just have to sort them, and then people don't until they come out there and realize we haul to the storage shed that we're using now until the baler arrives. 9 to 10 truckloads of plastic every Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Over to the storage. I have now 8 storage bins full of plastic, the ones you rent your cars in, not the small storage bins, the 25 by 20 that are full of plastic from top to bottom, waiting for the baler to come for us to be able to bale it all. So we are paying for it to be stored over there. And so there's a lot of plastic coming, and that's why it's just a lot easier for people if they bring it for themselves too. And you can bring in anything. It used to be in Frederickstead, you had to use our bags because the recycler that was being used there required them. And we no longer can. You can bring them in your dog food bag because you can just dump them right out there on the counter, and we're sorting them to be baled.
Okay.
On there. So yeah, it's not like they're, and so the market used to give out the bags because they were required to have them, but we're not required to have those now. And we are working on all volunteers and volunteer time. The Department of Agriculture is letting us use that over there. I'm on the Virgin Island Conservation District Board for special interest for recycling. So Dr. Peterson and Maxine right up let us have it. And then Stop and Shop came to us and requested if we could do it on Fridays there, because they're giving away we're giving away a lot of bottles from line. People are getting 12 gallons a day, 6 days a week from Lime Tree. And so that's what's accumulating so much plastic.
Okay. Got it. So if you're just tuned in, we're talking about recycling here on St. Croix. Diane Brooks has been leading the only person I know is doing recycling ever since I've been living on St. Croix as an adult. And so we appreciate you. There are people online saying thank you, Miss Diane, for all that you're doing. Smooches, trust me, you and your team's work are truly appreciated. Elsa says Miss Diane and her team are amazing. All right. So yes, you can call in if you want to give acknowledgement to her or any questions. 340-719-7435 or 719-7436. These are people that you want to recognize that are volunteering. She's volunteering her time. Her team volunteers their time to provide this service to our community. I see we have a call, so we'll take it. I remember doing. Okay, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nykole and Miss Brooks.
Good morning.
I have a question in reference to the recycling.
Okay, just one second. Turn on your radio. Turn on your radio.
My radio isn't even on. Okay. I lived in the States also, and when we would go to the supermarket, they would have these machines, one for plastic, one for glass, one for aluminum. And they gave you like 5 or 10 cents per item or per pound or whatever. How come people aren't being paid here for their recycling?
Well, that's a very good question. And the answer to that question is because in the States, they don't have the cost and the expense of shipping it and getting it off the island. In other words, we're volunteering, but paying for container and freight and the recycler to recycle the plastic is, like everything else, is food coming in here more expensive. So there's not. And also that's one reason, but the other reason is because actually Governor Mapp had tried to start a program, something like you're speaking about, but the problem is with our grocery stores being privately owned grocery stores, the grocery stores would have to agree to have the machines there, take the tickets, pay it out, that type of thing. And I read on his bill, which was many years ago, that he tried to put in there, the stores were not that was too much for them to be able to handle it. And I would have to agree with them on that.
But don't you think it would be more of an incentive to people if they know they were getting paid to bring in the plastic? They got to use their car, they got to use their time, they got to use gas, which is very expensive now, to drop off the plastic. So even if you all guys were offering 5 or 10 cents a pound, it would be something and a little incentive for people to do it more.
But where would I get the 5 and 10 cents a pound from? This is a volunteer.
You guys don't get paid when you recycle the plastic?
No, we're 100% volunteer.
So you're shipping the plastic off island for no kind of money?
We have not shipped off the plastic yet. That would what the market shipping it off the island. I didn't have that part of it.
Hold on one second. Hi, ma'am. So I hear an echo. So it must be.
Okay, I turned my radio completely off.
Yeah, thanks. Go ahead.
Okay, so
I'm trying to hear her response, but I can't hear it when my radio is off.
You can't hear her speaking to the mic? Come close to the mic.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear on my phone.
Can you hear me now?
If I turn my radio off, I can't hear her respond.
Okay, so she's speaking now.
I was trying to have it as low as possible, but you still be getting some kind of feedback.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now that I turned my radio back on, but when it's off, I can't hear you.
Well, I mean, that's basically the answer to the question. That's something that, and the machinery and the equipment being there, maintaining equipment, living on an island here, as you know, is not as easy as the States when something breaks down and you call someone to come down the street and they'll be there an hour to fix it. Here it's flying them over here, paying them to stay here and having them fix machinery here. So it's a different situation here than it is in the States. Trust me, I have been doing this for 8 years and this is volunteer work on us. Now, the company that we have, money will go back to the community once we start baling it and shipping the plastic. We're doing, which we haven't gotten to, what we're already shipping an item off island. And the money is, can I bring?
Sure.
Okay. So we're also doing tires here on the island also. And that's being charged to $5 per person for the tires when you leave it, when you get your tires changed. And that literally is what it costs me to ship it off the island. So those are all, everything. This is all about community. It has nothing to do with building a big business with us. There is a place over that is making furniture and that type of thing down by in the industrial there. I don't know if they pay you for their plastic or not, because they are a business that are doing it and making a product out of it. But we are not a nonprofit. We do this totally 100% volunteer because we care about the community. So we get no grants, we get no funding from anyone. The market used to, when we were over there, would cover the cost of the bags and shipping it off island. And now I'm like organizing it and trying to get it together with the baler coming here. And that's why we're having the fundraiser for the baler. But I mean, I'm paying out of my personal pocket to store this plastic myself. So it's definitely dedicated to the community. And so
yeah, so this is a private like this like volunteer thing, like I mentioned, and and you actually asked some great questions, because that's been something I've thought about as well. But it's a private thing. They are raising money. They're going to be doing a fundraiser this next weekend,
25th,
on the 25th. I'm trying to raise money so that they could get the items, all these plastics, to be shipped off the island, right?
The baler, to be able to bale it, because
what does baling mean? What does that mean?
That's the machine that all the plastic is put in, then it's baled into a square, and then it's loaded onto a container, and then it's shipped over to a recycler through a broker. Recycling is a broker. You have a broker, and then they have the different kinds of recycling that they'll take from you, and so that's all a process to do that. And that's what, I've not been in that stage of that part yet, that the market handled all that. But even the cost of the bags, I'm coming there. I mean, I pay out of my personal pocket for the storage sheds, which now is costing me $1,600 a month to store this plastic till I get this baler here.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm giving as much as I can. If I could give money, and when the center, we were originally we are 11 STX, which is a volunteer. The company is Get It Done Recycling, and once we have I have 2 acres of land now that the government is leasing me industrial to set up centers to add to this year with glass and bringing other things there. As there's things that are made here as a commodity, 25% of anything that's going to be made off of that is going to go to a fund, just like my 11 STX did with the printing went, and the water bottles I used to make went towards the schools. Then at that point in time, money will be going back into the community. But if you paid a nickel a bottle, the time we wouldn't do it because we don't have the machines. You'd have to it's not possible, and for me to be able to do it at all here. Yeah. I don't have the knowledge of that.
The supermarkets did it.
Yes.
When I lived in Bar Harbor for 6 months, and when I was shop, I was doing housekeeping. We would save cans, bottles, plastic, take it down to the supermarket, put it in the machine, they give you a little coupon, and you deduct that amount from your grocery bill. It was really convenient, and I saw a video on Facebook with this guy. It looked like they were in India, based on their nationality. They looked Indian, and they was just piling all this plastic and blow torching it with, melting it down, stuffing it into a machine. And I was so amazed to see the beautiful chair that popped out at the end of this assembly line from all this dirty, nasty looking plastic that they had recycled. So I know recycling is a good idea, but I think here in the Virgin Islands, it's all about money. And if people ain't getting paid for doing something, they're not going to do it.
Well,
we
there's
thank
a lot
you
of people.
For your efforts, and the island thanks you.
Well, thank you. But before you go, hello?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that do recycle. When I used to go, so I don't know if you've been there before, but they would recycle.
I mean, I know there's a lot.
Yeah.
But considering how many people live on the island,
right,
a lot of people aren't recycling.
Right, and so it's just to encourage them. We just wanted people for today to know where they moved to, but it has been they've been used for the past 8 years. I drive all the way from Christian said to west. Now it's more central, so I'm happy about that. But we really just want people to know that it's available. And I know as they grow, now she's doing it on her own and with her team, that any advice would be appreciated. So I would say contact Ms. Brooks, give her your ideas, and see how this could be something where the community at some point can get paid. Because if she's getting paid and they're getting paid, then they can definitely bring
everybody back. Happy,
right? And so right now she's going out of pocket $1,600 to provide this as a free service.
What day did you say you're at Stop and Shop?
On Fridays from 8 o'clock till 12 o'clock.
Okay, that's convenient for me.
I get there about 7:30 because a lot of people have to get to work by 8, so I'll be there at 7:30 to make sure that they can leave it there
on Saturday.
On Friday, so that are on their way to work. Yeah, and I'm at there. So come visit us and see us. You'll enjoy it. You might even want to be one of our volunteers. You never know.
Be an advisory board, and also share with your friends that she's having a fundraiser next week,
next Saturday on the 25th. We're having at the bowling alley, and we've been donated a lot, some wonderful gifts from the community that we've been doing this 8 years now. So they were the community, and so we're going to have an auction there. But the Farrells are letting us have the bowling alley from 12 to 3 o'clock. And so there'll be bowling there, and it's a kid-friendly thing, and then there'll be an auction of all of the items we have, and that's what's paying for the bill. That's what's going to pay for the bailer on the gifts. But it's nothing to get in, and the bowling. There's no you don't need to pay for your food and your whatever you decide to drink.
Okay.
Your drink your beverage of choice.
But you'll get to meet the recyclers and the people there, and we'll have music and all that, and it's just a nice community event there, and definitely family friendly.
Okay, I'll try to come.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for the questions.
Thank you for the call.
You ladies have a blessed day.
You too.
Thanks. And so with that, thank you for the call, and thank you for that question, right? So yeah, as you figure out ways to be able to maintain this, then I'm sure at some point that you can give back. But tell me, why is it that you are so committed to this cause? And because you're actually, like you said, you're out of pocket right now. Why are you so dedicated and committed to continuing this recycling on St. Croix?
Well, we started it with the Four Oceans, but my late husband, Gary Brooks, which many people knew here on the island, he teaching the children. It was something that he was very passionate about. We did school programs in all the elementary schools after the storm and made sure that they got clean water, bringing the 5-gallon water bottle. It was a big program. And when my husband got sick in 2020, and I had to take him to the States, before he died, he said, you have to come back and finish what we started. And so I told him I would. And so I did. And of course, he died the day before the pandemic. And then I couldn't get a plane out until May. So when I got back in May, everybody had saved their plastic. They were calling me all on the phone. What do I do with all this plastic? I have no room and all that. And we couldn't open. So we came up with we're very inventive, me and my volunteers. So we came out a way that people could bring their plastic and get it cleaned out. And it's the community, me leaving and ending this program would hurt a lot of people emotionally, because they're emotionally attached to it. And I mean to the community, about this being a community event. So it's very important to me. It's very important to my volunteers. And it was very important to my husband.
Wow. Well, definitely condolences for sorry for your loss, and thank you for continuing the cause.
We moved on to tires now too,
right?
Remember?
In memory of your husband. And yeah, so now you're doing tires. So, but before that, I just want to make sure, because we just mentioned it subtly, but I definitely want to mention it now direct. Diane Brooks and her team for Get It Done Recycling, they are having a fundraiser next week, Saturday the 25th. And that's going to be at the bowling alley. So that's Mid-Island. And there's going to be some items that they're going to be raffling off. It's going to be at Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. And you can come and let's see. Let me get this. Hold on. Let me get this document. I'm trying to read. Yeah, I know. Trying to read it through the glass there while she was holding it up. But she wants to thank the Farrell family because they're going to be hosting the fundraiser at Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. They'll be holding the event. It's going to be an auction to raise funds for the baler. And again, the baler is whatever they use to like compress.
A big machine. It presses it all down so it can be shipped off too.
Okay, great. Hold on 1 second. I think we have a call. Okay, you're on the air. Thanks for calling.
Yes.
Good morning.
Can you tell me exactly where your 2-acre property is going to be that you're going to be doing your recycling now?
The permanent one?
Yeah, the 2 acres.
Yes.
The 2 acres is going to be in between Schuster Water and Reliable Rental. There's a road that goes down there where the government owns 400 acres of land back there. And we're getting the 2 acres in front of, right next to Schuster's.
So Glen? You said
Pearl. The address is 38 Pearl.
Okay.
So.
And when will that be? So that's not right now.
Yeah, the lease is signed. The lease is all. It's just I have to go off island for a week, and so when I come back, then this will be over. But we have to cut the bush, and there's some things we have to do there. So we will be continuing at the 2 other places collecting until we get the cement laid, because it's all just bush. It's all bushland, and so we have to clean that all out and set up the cement and put up a gate and all. We have a few things to do. Those are for and that's for the tires. Ricky Schuster is my partner in the tires there. He handles all that, and we are in negotiations of getting all these tires off of the islands that are in the landfill, but that's a conversation for another day.
Okay, so the property is between Schuster's. You're talking about Schuster's.
Schuster Water,
Schuster's Water.
Blue Water.
Oh, that's here.
Yeah, it's right here. It's
Oh.
Midland. Yeah, I wanted a land where it was in
Oh, that's real close to me.
where
Okay.
everybody could come. Yeah, it was close enough.
Okay, so Reliable Rentals, yeah, and Schuster's Water and the water company, Blue Mountain. You said
Blue Mountain. I
you
think
say
that's
Schuster's. I was kept thinking over on the other side. So Blue Mountain Water and Schuster's. And Reliable Rentals.
there's
Going
a-
towards H&H, that area.
that will probably be open probably the end of June. Is probably by the time we get all the work we have to do on it to clean it up.
Okay.
But we'll still be
So
at the
that
other
area
places.
would be for the tires as well as plastic.
The tires now, if you, the tires will be there. Oh, there's going to be a lot more than that there. It's going to be a full center by the time we're done with it.
Nice.
We started off with 1 acre to clear off for the residential. Then the second acre will go to start with the issues now that are going on with the mulching to be able to save the green and not incinerate, and then also steel and other items. So we just have to do it in stages because, again, it's bushland, and so we're starting from that. But we just got the baler, and that will be open Monday through Friday.
Oh wow.
And that's going to have a community service program where the students, if they come now, if students want to come for community service now and learn how to do the program, then once that's open, there will be summer or after school jobs for the students there for it. It's all, my husband was always about the kids, the both of us. You'd have to start with the youth. You got to start from the beginning and let them grow up knowing. And so there's a lot of big plans that's all for community. And this is, even though it isn't an LLC, there's 25% of the funds that we will collect from anything that will go into a fund that will go back into the community, hopefully to do with the schools, because that's what we've always dedicated to her. But we're giving back. We've always been, my husband and I have always been about giving back to the community. We've had blessed lives. And so we moved here and decided that's what we were going to do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for the call. Thank you for the question. And again, that's going to be sometime in June. But right now, you can go to Stop and Shop on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and on Saturdays at the Lorraine Vegetable Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and drop off your items. Again, this is all volunteer work.
And they can follow us on plastic drop off and recycling on Facebook to know what's going on, because from both companies, 11STX and Get It Done Recycling, all the information winds up on that page, because that was our original page, and we felt that was the best name to come up with what we were doing.
Tell me that name again.
Plastic drop off and recycling.
Plastic drop off and recycling, and on Facebook.
On Facebook, and so that anything, if we're doing anything, I'm right in the process now of everything's coming together at one time here. So I will have a lot more information when I get back in May to be of the extension of what's going to happen, because I'll have the lease in my hand.
Okay, great. So when you're off island, there's still going to be volunteers at the location?
Oh yeah. I only am allowed to take one Saturday off a year, and so
Okay.
I have to do my schedule around only being gone one Saturday. So yes, they'll be there.
Okay. All right, so it's continuous. So yeah, thank you to your team for continuing that. And again, please do support the fundraising event happening on the 25th. That's next week, Saturday. It's going to be at the Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. At what time? From 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And they're going to be auctioning off items that has been donated from various companies and stores and services. Like, do you have mention some of them?
We have some. We have. The Seaplane has given us 2 round trip tickets, harbor to harbor, to on the Seaplane. We have Warren Mosler has given us 2 round trip tickets for the ferry. We have a condo that's for 7 days at Testa Verde that's being auctioned off. Carambola's given us 2 rounds of golf to be. So those are just some of the ones off the top of my head. And to be honest, and if you know me, today's the 15th of April, and I did not realize it, but realize it's tax day. So I was not as organized with the paperwork I was planning on bringing today with the information. But
well, there's going to be more. That's, we just giving them a taste of what's going to be available. So she's going to be auctioning off seaplane round trip tickets between St. Croix and St. Thomas, ferry trips between St. Croix and St. Thomas, a 7-day condo stay at Cuesta Verde, also golfing at Carambola, and more. So just make sure to be there at the Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. That's next week Saturday from
they can also
12 to 3.
If they can't make it, they can go on to Facebook. We'll have a page on the plastic page showing what we're auctioning, and they would be able, and there'll be 3 phone numbers if they want to bid online, like that thing you see on TV, that silence auctioner calling in.
Nice.
So because a lot of people I know have to work and that time of day.
So it's going to be like a bidding process. Like
it's auction, yeah. Auction. So they're going to bid, and then we'll start it at a bid, and then at the final bid, then it will go to the highest bidder.
Okay. All right, great. So this has been Diane Brooks with Get It Done Recycling. Like we mentioned, her and her team have been providing this for 8 years. Started out in Frederickstead. Now they are have branched out. There's a location on Fridays at the Stop and Shop from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Fridays, Stop and Shop, and then Mid-Island or so, the Lorraine Vegetable Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. They're having a fundraising event next week, Saturday, the 25th, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. I haven't bowled in a long time, so I'll go check it out. And so, yeah, they'll be auctioning awesome items, including seaplane round trip tickets between the islands of St. Croix and St. Thomas, ferry rides, 7-day condo stay, golfing at Carambola, and much more. Is there a phone number they can reach you if they have any questions or want to assist?
They can reach me. They can PM me on the page there, on my page right on there. It'd be a lot easier because my phone, as you know, I lose it more than I. So, but on the
Facebook page,
they can and I can. They can call me on that page because it's like that's almost like a WhatsApp type thing. If they have any questions, or I'll be at recycling on Friday and Saturday this week. The event's the next week, but
okay. All right. So find her on Facebook at Plastic Drop and Recycling. You can find that on Facebook.
And plastic drop off and recycling. Yes.
Drop off
it
and recycling. Okay.
And please take the tops off.
Yes. All right, or else you would stand there and take them off, right? I have done that, which I'm happy to help because I was just happy that there was a service from the first time I went, and I was not educated on how to, package or sort my items initially. And so I said I helped and sort and stuff and see how that worked out, and now I, have worked to be in compliance with how the best way to present the items.
And I have to give you an applaud because you're one of the few people that came out to the abandoned house that I first had to do it in. Remember that?
Yes.
Well,
it was great though. Yeah, I found it. We were lost, but I was happy. Again, it was closer to me, so it was better than driving all the way west. And I'm very dedicated to recycling. I think it's very important. Regardless of getting paid or not, it's just going to, where's it going to go, right? And so I think it's better for the environment that I am able to put it somewhere that's going to be better, package, reuse, whatever. And so I encourage everyone else to be able to do that. And then if you have any ideas, definitely contact Diane and give her the ideas, or become a member or advisor to them. They're working this out, coordinating, figuring it out, right? And so we all need help at times to keep moving. And so I just wanted to commend you and your team for continuing to push through. She's taken on a lot of expenses in doing this. And so please do support the fundraiser and then give her any ideas of how she can, how they can be able to improve on their way of coordinating or conducting this plastic recycling services that we have on St. Croix.
Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you at recycling. And again, just take your tops off.
Yes, that seems like something that she takes. It takes a lot. It's tedious. So take your tops off of your plastic. Again, you can find her on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. At Stop and Shop, and then Saturdays, the Lorraine Vegetable Market from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Thank you so much. Get It Done Recycling, founder Diane Brooks and her team. And again, remember next weekend, next Saturday, they'll be having a fundraising event. It's a family fun event at the Tropical 10 Pins Bowling Center. That's from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. And those who cannot participate in the auction, because they're gonna be auctioning many amazing items. You can also call. There's gonna be some information on their Facebook page, so make sure you go to their Facebook page, Plastic Drop Off and Recycling, and you can participate in the bidding there as well. All right. Thanks so much, Diane.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing
And everybody have a blessed day.
Yes. All right. So that's Diane Brooks. Again, like I mentioned, Get It Done Recycling. At some point, we have a guest next week, but at some point, I think the week after, I will be discussing again my trip. I haven't been able to really provide an update on that as I wanted to as yet to Nigeria, but I will in a couple of weeks. And I saw someone today. I was in a store, and they was like, "How was your trip to Nigeria?" I said, "How did you know?" I said, "You must have seen my page." And they saw me it was in the news, different things in St. Kitts. And then they were from St. Kitts, the person I saw from St. Kitts today. And so we just talked about it. They asked me, what was the most thing that you got from being there? And I think I shared here on the radio, but I continued to say that we're not Caribbean people. We're just Africans in the Caribbean. And so I look forward to being able to discuss more what that means. And then also when I told the individual, one thing that I, got from basic conversations from individuals in Nigeria, they would say, "Oh, our African islands." And I said it, because I'm used to it now. And they were like, "Really?" They were very touched by it. I said, "Yeah, can you imagine they call us our African islands?" So, and there's so many conversations I still want to share. And so that'll be in a couple of weeks. So definitely tune in on that. And I will be posting. I've been trying to catch up. So I haven't been able to post all the content that I have, but please stay tuned to that. So again, thanks so much for tuning in to I'm Making It Happen. Thanks so much for everybody that called in today, had your questions. It's very added to the conversation. So I appreciate you for doing that. We'll be back again on next week. But what I want to say before I close is that this conversation that we've had with Diane today reminds us that opportunity is not missing. Sometimes you just don't know where to find it. We have places, there's so many things that we can fill, right? And this is where, sometimes we say, "Oh, where's the government? Where's this? How come this person ain't doing it here?" Da, da, da. We have people in the community making it happen, taking the causes on. They're filling a need. So if you see something, fill the gap. And then keep moving, get people to help you. And this is what they're doing, right? And so and then get backing from the government, like she has been able to get some land, right? Fill the cause and then get some people involved. All right, so we had a powerful conversation today. Thanks so much. If there's one thing to take away today, so recycling is not just about trash, it's about responsibility. As I mentioned, opportunity and the kind of future we want to leave behind. The truth is, it doesn't take a massive lifestyle change to start. It's a small, consistent choices. What we toss, what we reuse, what we rethink, that begins all to add up. It adds up in a big way. So huge thank you again to Diane Brooks and her team for the incredible work they're doing, for helping us understand actually how to present our recyclable items. And I also want to thank our listeners. Don't just hear this conversation, act on it. Remember, go to Stop and Shop on Fridays, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. On Saturdays, Triple Market in Lorraine, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Go to the event on Saturday. We always talk about people not doing things, and then you they're having events. Come on, support it. It's next week Saturday. It's an event to raise some funds for getting these items off the island, and then you share your advice with her that may assist her in providing the services even better. All right. Even if today you separate one bottle, one is where you start. And this is I'm Making It Happen. We are where we highlight the people and ideas making a difference in our community. Until next time, keep making it happen. As I always say, if you don't see something happening, create it. Be the change. And until next time, keep thinking outside the box, coloring outside the lines. And remember, it's about you, me, we. So make it happen.